Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Riddler 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Green Soviets, we have Sina. Spawn as, I think, as is usually the standard teammate as the Cyan allies, we have Jakubson. Spawning as the Yellow Soviets, we have AlienSausage, and I believe his teammate is generally usually the center player here, so the Magenta allied player, we have 2, 4, 2, 8, 6, 1, 3, 3. Yep, just I suspect Yellow and Magenta are allies. Spawning as the Blue Empire player, we have A and ampersand F, and his teammate as the Orange allies, he's going to pull out stuff there. We have Commandoo with 2 O's. I think Orange to play out his Barrack boot camp here, just apply some aggression to over here, which is no longer resistant. First drone does push on its way forward and will spot nothing, which is actually a good indication. Since he spot nothing, he does set off that boot camp there, and now we'll focus on his infrastructure up north. We've got a Soviet reactor here, and we're also going to do our first engagements right here. The dog does shout and bark at the Peacekeeper. It does get a double kill there, very nice. The bear does not get the kill there onto these Peacekeepers because he does pull out the shields. And does go down for a sentry gun. The shotguns are ripping apart the sentry gun. Molotovs are right on forward, trying to clean up that infrastructure garrison. But there's a massive AoE damage there, and killing off all those conscripts when they come out because they do have to walk forward a little bit. The doggies look at the crusher crane, just watching all the crushers. Doggy, don't think about jumping on in. It's a little bit mesmerizing, like watching a washing machine, but don't touch it. What the hell? Wait. Based on these wall segments stretching out, was that a swastika? No. Not going to be perfect because the wall segment's right there. Never mind. Cyan MCV does push on forward. Mason Centaur pushing here, and we got a mixed base here and a mixed base here. So Green and Cyan must be working together. They're mixing their refining locations there. So if one player loses, if this location gets overran, it only affects both of them by half rather than affecting one person entirely, which is definitely interesting. Can't say it's a very good idea. On paper, sounds like a good idea. And let's go sit on top of this. No, he's not going to set up on top of the refining location to deny it. Sentry gun does go on down. And now the ore refinery being focused down. Multiple laser locks there. Even the super reactor can hit, and that should be far enough away so then blow himself up. MCV is getting hit as well. So like Yellow's MCV. Yellow is maybe get pushed out of the game. Magenta is trying to support his teammate right there. But no refineries over here as well. I'm not sure what Magenta was even doing the entire game. Cyan's NCV severely wounded. It does get a nice roar there. Bark off. Yeah, it is a roar. Honda's forces does save the MCV, but it is also severely wounded. Got some nice body blocking there. Very nice. And Orange is devouring the center of the map, even getting the far oil derricks as well. The Orange is going to take time to mass up the eco. In actuality, wait a second. The center player actually backed out of the game. So he did give us Orange all this infrastructure. He's definitely not under threat, so he maybe was like, oh crap, I gotta leave sort of thing, or maybe got DC'd. Not sure, but either way, Orange is buying his load some, which means you have a lot of control, a lot of economy, and a lot of technology he can play around with. However, that also means he only has one set of protocols. He has a lot of control and power, but not the maximum power possible. Big swarm of jet tank boost deployed off by the allied player. Pretty sure that's allied, right? It was Orange up here in the first place. Here, we can take a quick look. Yep, Orange was the allied player. Of course, he does have access, which probably a bit more powerful protocols than the Empire player. But he does not have access to honorable discharge, which is going to be weird. It'll probably be so ingrained in people to think honorable discharge when on the mass swarm Jet Tengus, which one of their biggest powers is actually honorable discharge, so you can just drop down a middle formation and all discharge will get some great damage no matter what. So this big Jet Tengu swarm is not at full strength. Plus also things of, say, what's it called? Point defense drones will be non-existent as well. It may not be a good idea to go for Mecha Tengu and Jet Tengu as allies, though I could be mistaken about that. Still, the harassment capability is still also potent, but of course doesn't have, the, like I said beforehand, honorable discharge. And we do got this crusher crane here. As well as the command hub there. What gives you more income? Crushing it, or deploying it and then selling it? I honestly have no idea. Crusher cranes, let's see. Prospectors of 1,000 credits. You still get the Peacekeeper left over, so if you include the value of the Peacekeeper, so it's probably better to actually build and sell it in value-wise, but sometimes you just don't want a Peacekeeper. But crushing it, what, gives like 3/4? Because an ore collector is 1,400. An ore collector, well, and it does give 1,050 credits in return. That's what, 75%, correct? Does get killed there on those Striker VXs, and now it's hitting that Riptide. This gives me these flashing lights. The biggest problem, red alert, seizure warning. These javelin troops are not going to finish off those Striker VXs. We've got a crowd shopping while they're trying to get these guys as they come out. Does get a freeze there. Does get a coat off there. And the last javelin troop does get sliced up by a bonsai charge. Or refinery is severely wounded. Doesn't go down there. So now it is a 2v1. Wait a second. That MCV just got captured by the Allied engineer. How did that happen? How did that get way up there? Was this some sort of a chrono swap? No. Not sure if that got up there, but the MCV up here did get captured by Green, who is a Soviet player. Bullfrog. There it is. That's what did it. I was thinking Allied because it was the Allied MCV, but it was actually a Soviet player capturing up that MCV, and now there's a loose engineer. That's a bear. Where did that engineer may have gone? May have been eaten by some dogs. He's thrown to the dogs, not to the wolves, just some doggies. So right now, Orange just lost his original base, or slowly losing the original base, but he does have this solid center point here, but Cyan and Green still have the entire southern flank, and as well as a bit of the northern side as well. Orange is not expanded out to here, which is a bit of an oversight probably. Cyan and Green, I believe, are in a stronger position, though Orange, the Allied player, has a great swarm of Mecha Tengus. Javelin troops, however, get some great damage onto those Striker VXs, or Chopper VXs. Bonsai Charge does come forward as well. And it does finish off the Imperial Warrior. It's just now there's a couple of Javelin troops there that can laser block down some structures. Assault Destroyer got some Hydrofoils here as well. Quick fire, yep, EMP missile, firing close range. Will get its own multi-gun turret there, or maybe got the power plant instead. I'm not sure who actually depowered it. But the MCV needs to get onto land and start crushing all these Jet Tengus, or Mecha Tengus. Nope, the EMP does recover from the EMP, and does get low in power there as well. May need to redeploy the MCV to get that multi-gun turret firing. And this super reactor could go down, but danger close. Crane does go down, more and more infrastructure going down. And these javelin troops does get some great damage there. One javelin troop remains fully heroic, but got the bonsai charge charging on forward. It was also a bit of a cryo shot, cryo blast, or cryo get him, one of the three. And now we do have some air support for that javelin troop in the region. And the heroic status will not save that javelin troop there, giving the Imperial Warrior fully heroic status. Sina does have good navy. And it's mostly the dolphins are probably not necessary. The hydrofoils, the assault destroyer is all he needs to support the aircraft carrier. Big swarm of jet tangoos. Try and focus on these multi-gun turrets. We've got another chopper fixes here as well that should provide a bit more damage to the infrastructure. Terror drone comes out, snares, and destroys that prospector. Right? Wait, no, wait a second. That is a green. That's a Soviet Mecha Bay core. Not controlled by the Allied player. Now the super reactor is going to be under siege. These chopper VXs will likely get killed off, at least 3 of the 4 by it. All of them goes down there. A little bit of oversight there. But these green Soviet players getting some great caps. What does Orange have left? He has a big force, but he has no infrastructure, no production structures remaining, barring this instant dojo. Let's switch over between him. That's one of the... There we go. 18,000 credits. Ugh, he does not know how to spend his money. And now we do have one...
You called, Your Eminence?
One dojo core there. And going for a lot of engineers, going for a mass cap may be a good way to get revenge. This area is relatively exposed. There are some sudden transports spoiled up by green. Okay. Was it? No? Sina's getting some great turret pushes here as well. Orange could do mass ore collector and try to gun down stuff as well. He has a lot of income. Spend it how you can. Most of a lot of ore collectors they can clean up, but maybe a mass ore collector is all he can do. That's garrisons. Tank busters are good. He could tech up to Shinobi. And that Terror drone's camping down. And Green's engineer is going to come for the capture. Claims that they're... Now he can only deploy out ore collectors. Nope, he won't be deployed out that one. He'll be camped. This one got destroyed or sold off. Yep. He only has to work with his current forces and deploy out mass ore collector. Cryo shot does come forward. He may chill his teammates' MCV. Does get the crush there. Very nice, but he will be taken out there. Orange still has a sniff of force. Sina can take his time. No one's claimed this spot here. Both of them have some naval infrastructure. And both Green and Sina has their MCV in this region. Green is going for a lot of super reactors. He may just go for a bunch of... He doesn't need to deploy out flat cannons. He just needs to deploy out sentry guns everywhere. Because Mecha Tengus and Jet Tengus, they only can attack ground from the ground. So deploying out sentry guns everywhere will potentially lock down his opponent. If he wants to be an Ultra Turtle. And in fact there, it looks like an aircraft carrier is trying to strike as well. Did he just wave towards the aircraft flying over? Or was he just trying to wave in the oil derrick? Because I saw him waving. Is there some sort of smart AI of the engineers? Where they wave a flying by aircraft? Oh, and looks like Orange backed out of the game. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.